Good evening and welcome to the Saturday edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. I'm Katie Looper, leading our news tonight. Last evening was the deadline for people wanting to run for office in the October 7th municipal election to file for their candidacy. In the Fairbanks North Star Borough Assembly election, Larry Morris and Christopher Quist are running for a seat. Former Fairbanks Mayor Jerry Cleworth filed to run for a city council seat against Shannon Vargas. Chris Anderson and David Pruz are opposing each other for the other council post. On the school board ballot, incumbent John Thies is challenged by Michael O'Brien, and board member Wendy Dominique will face Dennis Gardella. As students are busy trying to squeeze in every last moment of their summer, teachers across the district have been gearing up for the new year. With numerous seminars and meetings, the teachers officially began their year this Wednesday, August 13th. As a part of a grant, a seminar was open to all teachers earlier this week in order to strengthen their interaction with students in their classroom. Teachers say that it is reaching the learners rather than the subject areas that they concentrate on each year. They say that it is vital to be able to teach all kids in the classroom and that the Fairbanks North Star School District is supportive of their instructors.
Class lists are being established and teachers are being assigned. Some are returning to a classroom that they're familiar with, and others may have a new subject or a new grade level to teach. So there's a lot of excitement and there's a lot of research that a teacher may need to engage in. As part of the school district, we try to support teachers that are new to the district, new to their grade level, and give them that extra support that they need. But teachers are getting they're getting revved up. They're getting very excited and making year-long plans at this time.
From World War II today to today, hundreds of local veterans got the hand up at the 16th annual Stand Down. This community-wide event serves those who served our country, providing them with free services and information. Here's more. Stand-downs are typically a 1 to 3 day event arranged by the Department of Veterans Affairs. They provide multiple services to veterans such as food, shelter, clothing, health screenings, VA and Social Security benefits counseling, and referrals to other necessary services. This week, a score of military service people of all ages gathered at Pioneer Park Civic Center for the 16th annual Stand-Down event. It started yesterday with a clothing distribution. Myron Garrett, senior Army instructor at Lathrop High School, explained the efforts behind the stand down.
Carlisle Trucking brought in 3 semis and moving vans of all of Army gear, clothing, that is broken down into different boxes that are put in Connex inserts and packed. So what we do is we have to empty out all the Connex inserts and find out exactly what we received, because there isn't a good inventory list on it. So the 40 kids that we have here now broke all of these boxes down to find out what gear we have, and then in essence they set up their own store.
This morning, hundreds of veterans gathered for breakfast in the Centennial Room and took advantage of the numerous free services available to them. So we talked to 2 local veterans to hear about their experience today at the Stand Down.
Oh, this is tremendous for them. You know, a lot of them homeless, and everything that's free for them, and it's beneficial.
I work at the hospital on Fort Wainwright, and I heard about it, and so I decided to come check it out. And there's a lot of great things. They're giving away clothing, like military issue gear for people that need it. Wonderful breakfast, some medical care, dental care, optometry. I actually got to go try the acupuncture. That was pretty neat, and a massage.
Reporting from Pioneer Park, this is Katie Looper. We'll have more when the weekend's only televised newscast returns. Stay with us. And we're back. It's called Zane's Ride Project, and it started as a young teen's wish before he passed away from cancer. His mother, Ellen, says Zane Jacobson was a student at Hutchinson High School when he was diagnosed with a type of bone cancer just before his freshman year. He passed away in 2011, and it was then that the family got to work making his wish happen in the honor of their son. Zane's Ride Project has allowed students to restore 2 old 1963 Chevy pickups in the Hutchinson High School Auto Body program. When the project is completed, 1 truck will be auctioned off, with all proceeds going directly to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That foundation had significance to Zane as they granted him a wish before he passed away. His family said that before Zane died, he wanted to make sure to pay it forward.
It's a project, a fundraiser to benefit Make-A-Wish called Zane's Ride. The conception was from my son in the last few days of his life, December of 2011. He had purchased a couple of old 63 Chevys, and he just said, I want it to be donated to the school, and I want it to go to Make-A-Wish because he'd been granted a wish several years earlier. He wanted to pay it forward. He wanted to do something for other families whose children are suffering from severe illnesses, life-threatening illnesses, and that's what Make-A-Wish does.
Family and friends of Crystal McMartin gathered at Golden Heart Plaza in downtown Fairbanks last night. It would have been Crystal's 26th birthday, and they released 26 sky lanterns as a part of the observance. It's been 2 years since a Lathrop High School graduate was murdered in Arizona, and legal wrangling has delayed the trial of the suspect in the case until May of 2015. Crystal moved to Scottsdale, Arizona about 2 months before she was found with stab wounds outside an apartment building, and she died shortly after. 25-year-old Joseph Michael Matthews has been charged with the kidnapping and murder in the case.
I'm here because I love Crystal, and Crystal is my cousin, and we are remembering her on her birthday. She would have been 26 today. It's very hard. Her mother's doing a fantastic job of trying to turn everything into positive.
Fairbanks is familiar with ice sculptures, but this summer Ice Alaska is switching it up and using sand to make sculptures. Here's more. Every year, Ice Alaska hosts the World Ice Art Championships. Sculptors from around the world, mainly China, compete in the ice sculpting competition. But this summer, Ice Alaska is offering a different kind of exhibition. Us Alaskans are used to seeing snow and ice, but now we get the opportunity to share and admire another art medium that the Chinese are more familiar with, which is sand.
To be able to appreciate what they can do is the inspiration that I get, and everybody that I talk to that are not artists, of how do they do it, what tools they use, how do they come up with the idea. And artists are different. I mean, it is absolutely, without a doubt, very few people have the talents of artists, but to be able to take that pile of sand or that cube of sand and turn it into a magical lion or face or polar bear, it's amazing, and that's the inspiration. All the people that have a chance to come out and see that.
Much so like the World Ice Championships, the sand sculpture show is appropriate for all ages. And instead of an ice slide, they have a sand slide for kids, along with a beach-like setting, so you can kick off your shoes and walk through the sandy beach.
So my mom heard about it on, I think, Facebook or a website or something. A friend emailed it to her, and they've got all these kinds of cool sculptures, and then there's even a big hill that you can sled down if you bring your sled.
Well, the sculptures were rock hard. It was really fun. Jacob turned it into a castle.
And these sculptures are pretty amazing, and I don't even know how they got that one to turn colors, or that one to be so big.
Ice Alaska's long-term goal is to utilize the property all year round. This year, some of the events they've hosted were the annual Ice Championships, Golden Wheel Spectacular, and now the sand sculptures. And 2 kids here today were thrilled to have come.
I really wish I could live here. It would be fun. And where I would sleep would be on the sand pile and cover myself with sand so I would be warm.
My favorite thing to do is play video games, it's always is.
And also I really like it being here, my first time here, and I'm on a sleepover with Kristen.
Would you guys rather have played video games today or came here?
Come here.
It's a new venue here in Fairbanks, Alaska. Who would think that you're going to walk through the sand in Fairbanks, Alaska?
The sand sculpture exhibition will be open to the public from now through September. This is Katie Looper reporting. Coming up in sports, Austin Buchanan will give you insight on some local football action. Also, we'll go to the track today as the first track meet was hosted by West Valley High School. We'll have the results.
Hello Interior Alaska, Austin Buchanan here. Time to take a look at some sports, would you? Hope you are having a great weekend on this Saturday. If not, well, sports seems to get you on the edge of your seats and on your toes. So let's talk some sports. Not only is it football season starting, but also track season is back into action. Earlier today was the West Valley Invite being held at the West Ridge on the location of University of Alaska Fairbanks. The track competitors started as early as 10 a.m. this morning for their first meet of the season. The first race was the freshman race for boys and girls, which were combined, so no official results was kept. Following the freshman race was the girls' official race, and lastly, the boys' official race. Let's take a look at some results after the runs today. This is the final results. Brooke Gadameyer from West Valley, she finished with 12 minutes and 51 seconds. Jenna Difoco, West Valley, 12 minutes and 56 seconds. Emily Maynard from West Valley as well, 14 minutes and 25 seconds. And then the one from Hutchinson, Haley Spencer, she finishes with a time of 15 minutes and 34 seconds. On to the boys' action. Let's take a look. Tristan Sayre from West Valley, he finished in 10 minutes and 49 seconds. Joe Boo from West Valley with 11 minutes and 17 seconds. And Spencer Heron from West Valley finishing with 11 minutes and 27 seconds. Well, it's that time of the season again. Prep football got underway behind the Big Dipper earlier today, which the Monroe Rams hosting the Ketchikan Kings. In game number 1 for the Rams under new head coach Chad Camo, the home team would strike first with a strong running game as sophomore Caleb Thomas slices and powers his way into the end zone for a 6-0 Rams lead. The Kings would not spread out their offense and returns fire as Noah Silva takes a pass from quarterback T. McBurnt and dashes in for 6. Then Ketchikan gets a big defensive stop, and the running back corner Hicks dices up the Rams defense to put the Kings up 13-6. Monroe would get another Thomas touchdown carry with 17 seconds remaining in the half after the Rams head to the break, trailing Ketchikan by a single point, 13-12. But the second half would be all Kings as McBurnt scores on the nifty quarterback keeper. And Hicks takes a punt return back to the house, and Ketchikan takes a commanding 31-12 lead. McBurnt and Hicks strike again in back-to-back fashion as the round is on. The Kings finish off a 51-12 win by shutting out the home Rams the entire second half with aggressive and physical defensive play. Monroe now heads to Seward next weekend looking for their first win of the 2014 season. Last night, the West Valley Wolfpack hosted the North Pole Patriots. Joe Cook was there. He tells us how these teams battled in the opening season game.
First night of Friday Night Lights for the interior high school football season, featuring the North Pole Patriots visiting the West Valley Wolfpack. And this was a high-scoring affair. DeAndre Campbell, he starts the game with an 88-yard kick return for the Patriots to set off the scoring for the interior football season. But West Valley, they would come right back. Joshua Cummings running with power tonight. He puts West Valley on the board. They get a 2-point conversion. They will lead 8-6 at halftime. But in the second half is when the offense would explode for both teams. The Patriots convert on a 4th and 15 from the 31-yard line. Junior quarterback Garrett Summer finds his target, big number 2, for the score, and they tie the game at 21-all after converting on the 2-point conversion. But the Wolfpack would answer right back unfazed. Charles Sutter, he convert from 3 yards out, giving the Wolfpack a 28-21 lead. Followed closely, Garrett Summer. He hooks up with Garrett Woolman. Garrett to Garrett connection. 2-point conversion, no good though, but it's a 28-27 game with 8:47 left. And then a big miscue by Zach Lester of West Valley, the sophomore quarterback. He's picked off by Curtis McNeil, and McNeil goes the distance, 78 yards for the pick six, giving North Pole the lead 33-28. But Joshua Cummings, he would answer the bell once again for the Wolfpack. His 3rd touchdown of the game gives the Wolfpack a 35-33 lead. He had over 200 yards rushing tonight. But on the ensuing drive, DeAndre Campbell, he answers with a big 70-yard run, and he gets a horse collar penalty at the end of the run. North Pole is at the West Valley 3-yard line, and Shane Hirsch, he gets the carry. He tumbles into the end zone to give North Pole a late lead, 41-35 with less than 2 minutes to go. And West Valley, though, they will march down the field and get to the North Pole 2 after a defensive pass interference call. 17 seconds left in this game. West Valley's do or die time, but they cannot break the plane of the end zone. North Pole holds on, and they escape with a 41-35 win on opening night, and they also captured the Hart Bowl. Here's DeAndre Campbell on the big win for the Patriots.
Talk about this game, man. Pretty much a classic, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
How you guys able to pull it out after score?
We just had to get our head off our game. We just had to keep going, not give up. We just had to keep pushing on them. I love playing against Valley. It's always good competition. It's always rivalry, you know. It's always fun. Gives us more confidence, gives us stuff to work on so we can go against other teams that are big plays like, you know, like Palmer and stuff like that. It's real big. First game of the season, try to kick it off with a bang. That's what we're trying to do.
And that'll wrap it up for sports tonight. Thanks for checking out some sports with me. For more on KTVF Sports, log on to Twitter, YouTube, webcenter11.com, and download our mobile app. Katie Looper has your full weather forecast coming up next. Stay tuned. Well, welcome back, Interior Alaska. I was Buchanan, Katie Looper, and it's been beautiful. Last night, saw some great high school football action. Can't believe football's already back.
I know, school's about to start. How nervous.
Nervous?
Nervous.
I'm gonna get my
I remember
lunchbox.
first day of school. It's a big deal.
I do too. I like draw all over the walls and stuff. Kindergarten. So.
Exactly. Well, we'll start with our weather now. Starting with our almanac, there's a normal high today of 66 and a normal low of 47. Our record high was 83 in 1957 and record low of 33 in 1943. Sunrise and sunset equals 16 hours and 25 minutes of daylight, giving us a loss of 7 minutes from yesterday. Around the state today, starting with the southeast side, it's rainy in Juneau at 61 and mostly sunny in Ketchikan at 70. Anchorage and South Central are mostly sunny, however, with likely rain and temperatures in the mid-60s. It's cloudy on the west side of the state near Cold Bay and Bethel. They're in the low to mid-60s. But moving up north, it's chilly in Barrow around 40. Fairbanks and Fort Yukon area is mostly sunny in the mid-70s. But now let's go to our lower 48. We'll start on the northwest side of the states. It looks to be sunny in the low 80s, but traveling down south to the Las Vegas and Phoenix region, it's in the low hundreds. As we move east, it shows rainstorms in the Midwest region of the United States near Minneapolis. Light rainstorms are expected in the deep south and Miami area, with temperatures ranging in the high 80s to low 90s. And up the East Coast, they've got cloudy skies around the high 70s to low 80s. But now let's check out the outlook for next week. Hot weather is coming in from the west coast and moving northeast. There looks like to be a lot of moisture down south with steamy weather in the southeast side and cooler, humid weather moving across the north. But now back in Alaska, starting with the North Slope. Fort Yukon is partly sunny. Nome and Barrow are mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers. Barrow and Fort Yukon are at 67 and Nome is at 60. Back home in the interior, there's mostly cloudy skies with isolated rain showers. Temperatures are ranging in the 60s. And for the southeast side of Alaska, there's heavy rain in Juneau and a chance for rain in Ketchikan. Temperatures in the low 60s. And moving west, we can expect it to be mostly cloudy with isolated rain showers across the region and patchy morning fog in Cold Bay. Temperatures are in the low 60s as well. And lastly, for our south central region, it's to be mostly cloudy with periods of light rain, temperatures in the high 50s to low 60s. And we'll look at your outlook for tonight. It's going to be a little cloudy with isolated rain showers around 50 degrees. But for tomorrow's outlook, it's to be in the mid-60s to low 70s with mostly cloudy skies and some light winds. And lastly, for our extended forecast, we should expect some isolated rain and thunderstorms on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, there's a light chance of rain, yet at the end of the week, it should clear up for us. So you can almost start to tell the weather is starting to shift. We're kind of going into that winter season. I don't want to say it.
Well, winter, yeah,
yeah.
Still adjusting to that.
I noticed that there was a little bit of steam on my car this morning, a little bit of water. And just wait till it starts to frost.
Yeah, I'm going to be going out to the Lathrop game tonight, so hopefully, people's making their appearance to the Saturday.
That should be fun.
I'm not used to football on Saturdays, but it's a Friday night, so it's going to be interesting. Hopefully, it's a good matchup and
sounds like a fun Saturday night.
Absolutely. So.
Well, that's going to wrap up the Saturday edition of the Fairbanks Evening News, so we're glad you could join us.
And NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt is coming up next.
Join us here 6 days a week at 6 to 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
And from all of us here at the News Center, have a good night.